Give me drill. I've just been doing some gardening. Now, got to put some pictures up. And then, put the floor down. Oh. Tools everywhere. Right, this small masonry drill bit. Which we might find here, possibly. Probably too big. That'll probably work. Can't see it with that one. Tell you what, I've not seen my wallet. I don't know where that is. That'll do. What I've got, hang on, press the wrong button. What I've got is 1, 2, 3 pictures to put up, and that's that done. And, oh, see this thing here? I know what I might have to do in a minute. Get some light on the subject. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna check this against my CD player to make sure I've got it in the right racket. See, this can either go sort of on a stand, or I can connect that, and then that goes on the wall, and it connects to my mixer. But all I'm doing at the minute is that way around. Yeah, it's 100% that way around. How does that lock into there then? The other side maybe? Oh. Different. To be honest, that'll be alright just straight in there like that. I've got some little raw plug. What I'm going to do is hold that up there, get that about level. One. And then basically I'm just starting it off, then my screws will go straight in there. To be honest, I can put that up just like that. Right. Yes, better. Right. Oop. That's been a bit of a pain. That'll do it. Just got to make that hole there a bit bigger. Which I haven't got my hammer drill downstairs. But I know these walls quite well. Right, let's try again. Get the pressure right on that. Nearly. I'm just going to hit that with a hammer later. Tell you what, we're going to have some music in here tonight. In fact, I've got 3 pictures to put up, and then I'm going to clear the floor. Start laying the floor. Anyway, the pictures we've got are this one, which I might have to give another little touch up. Picture of my mum, look. They've all got black frames now. Got that one to go up. I've also got a single that my mum made, which went to #1 in the charts. How about that? If you go and Google The Goons, the Ying Tong song, you'll hear Spike Milligan and other people. My mum sings, they handpicked my mum out in the 50s, and she basically sang the opera vocals on the record, which went to #1. How about that? Which is this one. I'll play that later. I've also got another single, which was my mum's first 45. I've not put that anywhere. And then we just got this one here, look. Which is actually worth quite a, well, it's all worth quite a few quid, to be honest with you. This is a sheet music. See that there? ABC TV. Oh boy. That's what my mum was on. And that guy there is called Jack Good. And he was the producer. Yeah. Anyway, I think this one, yeah, that just hangs straight on. That one's got 2 screws. That's it, 3 pictures, and then we're done, I think. Yeah. Be a lot better once I've cleared it all, put the flooring down, and pardon me, the longest bit's taken now, really, all the painting and shit. The rest of it's going to be quite quick, I think. All the two-tone, well, I've got a Techniques cabinet as well that I've got to bring up here, and me two-tone, ain't worth bringing that up till I've got all the floor sorted. I've got to finish painting the door black, but to be honest with you, all the main bits are done. Got to whip over the ceiling at some point, but to be honest with you, look, it's a bit easier when you're 6 foot. Anyway, I've got designs for the ceiling. What I was saying, it's a bit easier when you're 6'2". Yeah, I've got some mad designs. Anyway, I'm going to smoke this spliff. Running out of spliffs, then it's all about getting driving and saving ridiculous amounts of money. Oh, and that clock's still going, by the way. That one I rescued the other night. Still draining the water out of the other side of the other one. Basically, done all that. I've got to take all the masking tape off. I've got to go around carefully later and just peel off the masking tape. But you have to be really careful, because sometimes you can rip the paint off if you're a bit too keen. But in fact, I forgot to say, when I was in Hollesley Bay, or Holiday Bay, I did a painting and decorating course when I was in that Young Offenders Institution. Not that I learned it all there, I learnt most things from my dad, but it obviously did help. And we got my new lights, look, that I made last night. Boom, boom, check that out. Going to fit them underneath that platform, so I've got like to see me records and that. But to be honest, I'm going to have all my two-tone this side of it, so I'm not going to have to get under there and bang my head maybe. I showed my mate Lee my head, and everyone that's seen it's saying, oh, it's really deep and whatnot. Should get to hospital. But to be honest, I feel alright. I feel a bit better now. I've had some headache tablets. Yeah. I might even get all that done tonight, man. Invite Tom round tomorrow. Say, check out this, what I've done. Psh, he's quite into, my social worker's quite, he's younger than me, but he's a Right Madness fan. In fact, he's seen Madness 4 times, how about that? And we've caught Clarion out, bullshitting. See, the good thing is now, I've got 2 social workers, Charlotte and Tom, watching everything. And they're all commenting to me, is that the way that they talk to you? And I've gone, yeah. I said, can you wonder why I tell them to fuck off and that? And he said, yeah, I can see what you mean. I said they shouldn't be talking to people with autism and ADHD like that. They just don't like me because I'm high functioning. So where all them mute people just sit there and don't say nothing, I've got plenty to say to them. But I'm just glad now that I've got the social workers watching it all, because I think they thought I was going fucking do-dally at one point, but trust me, I'm not. Yeah. Plus, I've made Tom my advocate now, so I haven't even got to talk to Marcy or Clarion. They can just deal with Tom. Simple as that. And why have I suddenly fell out with Clarion now? Do you know what I mean? I've been here 53 years. It's only that Marcy, man. Throwing her weight about and whatnot. I don't know. I said to my social worker, getting some judge to write me a letter saying stop swearing. I said, I'm just as likely to turn up to that judge and tell him to do one as well. I rang my solicitor as well. He said, oh, you ain't got nothing to worry about. It's not even criminal. They were on about an ASBO. He said, they don't even do ASBOs anymore. Because I tell them to F off. You know what I mean? I've got quite a high tolerance for bullshit, but it gets to a certain point, I find it laughable. Especially when I've got people like Marcy trying to tell me what's going on with this house when I've lived here all my life. Do you know what I mean? I think I should know what's going on. And what topped it off is when she was on about next door's edge. She said, well, I've looked on the deeds and it's yours. I said, should we go and knock next door then and ask them? Because they know planted it that way. So does everyone up the road. It's crazy. They've now changed their tune on that. I don't know. See, we used to have a little office up in West Malling where we could go and talk to the housing, but the first things that they did, Clarion, when they got in power, was axe all the help pro APs and then close the thing up there. So where I used to be able to go in there and go face to face with people, I'm now talking to fucking numbnuts in fucking Surrey. As soon as we got taken over, it just went stupid. I used to be like number 2 or 3 in the queue. Now I'm like number 98 in the queue. Swallowed up by the biggest housing association in the country, who are all on fat cat wages. She waffles on about court like it's going to scare me or something. Crazy. Never even been to court, man. Totally outrageous, man, now. You know what I mean? I want things done. They're not even doing anything yet. They want their 50 quid fucking bedroom tax every week. It's a right joke, man. Excuse my English, but... Too busy funding all the hotel dwellers. That's what the issue is. I was telling my mate Lee. That's what the problem is. Do you know what I mean? I bet they're all on housing benefit. Imagine what that bill is. Because it's not just one or two hotels, people. It's right across the country. Every hotel. And personally, I know squaddies and that have got fuck all. Do you know what I mean? A couple of my pals have come back from war, just been treated like shit. Yet you come over in a fucking dinghy and you're getting everything, man. It's unbelievable. I'm sorry to keep going on about this, guys, but at the end of the day, I'm not actually saying anything wrong, really. I'm not being racist. Otherwise, YouTube would have said something. All I'm doing is pointing out facts. I feel sorry for all the British kids and that out there who are going to have no fucking hope, man. They're going to be paying off all them bills, man, for all them lot coming in on the boats. And they're building houses and that for them now. What about all the British young families out there? Do you know what I mean? And I've seen them all with their bus passes and whatnot. Well, I have to qualify, man, for my bus pass. How do they get one? And you can go and watch it on YouTube. They're giving out mountain bikes. They're giving out phones. They're giving out everything. It's unbelievable. Cigarettes as well. Go and check out the auditors video. There's 3 or 4 of them going around doing it. They just go up to the hotels and they just walk in, put it right on them in a non-violent manner. In fact, they keep going to arrest him, but they can't do anything. He's not doing anything wrong. But the hotels, it's unbelievable. It's not just hotels, guys and girls. You get these big manor houses and that are around the back lanes. It's them as well. Like, how are they paying for that? They're cutting disabled people's money and pensioners' money. Do you know what I mean? Yet they're throwing loads of money at the people in the boats. I'm sorry, but you should be helping the pensioners and that first. I'm all for helping people, but not all these people. There's a few that are real. A few from the Ukraine and China. But all them lot coming from Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, all them kind of ones are all shifty. And you got to think, we've been in their country killing everyone. Unbelievable. Maybe we should invest in a blow-up dinghy and get an early boat to France one day. They'd probably go, no, mate, you're fucking English. You ain't getting nothing. Get out. Do you know what I mean? And what makes them, so they're not, what they are is economic illegal immigrants. That's what they are. They're not fleeing anything, right? Because they're leaving one country. If you're fleeing a war-torn country, the next country that you get to is where you claim asylum. And they're not. They're all going, oh, I want to go to England. Do you know what I mean? I wonder why. Crazy. The government's on about spending loads of money on this, that and the other. Saying we've got to train the young to fight the Russians. What a load of bollocks. The Russians are not going to invade us. All that is, when they're coming down our channel and flying planes in our area, they've been doing that for donkey's years. It's just a show of sort of power. But nobody's really going to press the button. Just like no one was going to press the button in the 80s. But because they know, once one person presses that button and everyone else sees that going, everybody's pressing the button. Crazy. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'd prefer it if the Russians did come and invade. Probably get more sense out of them. No, I've got nothing against the Russian people. Got a lot of Russian followers. We must be watching via a VPN, I would guess, because I think a lot of things are banned in Russia. But yeah, in the 50s, my dad used to follow the Russian submarines around under the ice up on the North Pole. And they were spying on each other then. And they still are today. And then you skip back another generation to my granddad, and he got blew out of his submarine, but he got washed up on a beach and found by a little Chinaman. My granddad. Lucky to get out of the submarine, to be honest with you. But then as soon as he got better, he went back. But he was in the merchant navy. But obviously the Germans were sinking all everything. So he then went to the Royal Navy, into the submarines. That's my mum's dad. It's ironic, really, that my mum's dad was a submariner, and then my dad was a submariner. So my mum's kind of gone for a submariner, but like I said to my dad, she probably knew kind of what she was getting with a submariner, I would imagine. But then again, my dad said everybody loved a sailor in a uniform. How about that? Crazy. But that was in the 50s. Mum was on TV and that, and then she met me dad. How about that? They were either going to stay in Liverpool when my mum's born, or come to here when my dad was born. Saying that, my dad said my mum went back to Liverpool for a little holiday, and she was soon back here. She was too noisy up there. She'd obviously experienced a quiet life of Kent. But yeah, they lived down my grand's, down Carpenter's Lane, when my dad was born, to start with. And then all of them lived over the road in the flat. My mum and dad and 4 kids. And then when I was born, we came here. But yeah. In fact, my mum probably thought she won the bingo when she saw the houses here, because like where my mum comes from in Bootle, it's like a bit like Coronation Street. You know what I mean? It's very. Hello, Peaky Blinder. How you doing, mate? Never know. I could have been an Everton fan. How about that? That'd have been a turn up, wouldn't it? My mum was an Everton fan, but someone had to be. Luckily, it weren't me. But I think my dad, he was a bit of a Liverpool fan anyway. All he used to go on about was Bill Shankly. And obviously, when I grew up, it was Bob Paisley, who didn't know how to lose, really. All them years in the darkness, and now we're winning again. But it's quite sad about our player, though. He's only just got married as well. Have to work, London. Roofing. I used to do sheet roofing. Don't know what kind of roofing you do. Yeah, I've done a bit of sheet roofing. You'll tell me you do tiles or something now. In fact, I quite enjoyed sheet roofing. It's good money back in the day. Just with the old fixing gun. Bzz, bzz. Crazy. Anyway, I'm going to spark this spliff up. Wonder how much money I can save when I run out of weed. Bin my car money. I'm going to look for a Mark III Escort. 1600 gear if I can. Wouldn't mind a Mark II, but then you'd just be talking ridiculous amounts of money. But all tax exempt as well, where it's over 25 years old. And the good thing about it is I can strip them engines down, them old school ones. Looking for my wallet. I don't know where I put my wallet. So picture discs out here that I was looking at last night. Driving in my car, madness. That's worth loads of money, that. David Bowie. In fact, I had a good deal on these. Oh, one on a bid and this one. Life on Mars. That one. And that one's worth crazy money. Got another David Bowie one. And another David Bowie one. And this one I really like, that David Bowie. Hey DJ. Madness. House of Fun. Yeah, I bid on all them Bowie things. And I kept looking, it was just me. I won them for a ridiculously cheap price. Especially things like Ground Control to Major Tom, that one is just like crazy money. This one here, Life on Mars, the B-side's a live version. It's really good. Right. I'll do that spliff then. Lost my spliff then. Gotta be down here, isn't it? I'll put it on records. There it is. My mate works on the old railway. He used to be at London Bridge, but he drives the trains now. My mate Ben. And his brother Fred did it as well. In fact, Ben, he's probably been there since he's left school. Saying that, I've seen him do crazy stuff and then go to work. I said, how the hell can you go and control trains? But then again, that was back in the day. Got my briefcase out here, look. All paperwork I've been doing today. Sorted out everything. All I've got to do is ring the water, the water company. Been paying out loads this week. Council tax and all sorts. Pardon me. I'll tell you what, we're going to sit in the tent and have a spliff in the new tent and a cup of tea. I think Might go and pitch my tent by the river at the weekend. The temperature's supposed to get like 36. Saying that, I feel a lot more bouncier and with it now. Maybe the bang on the head's done me some good. But I also think stopping the energy drinks is probably helping me focus, I think. All the records down here, really. You've got my Techniques cabinet over here. In fact, I was sorting out some vinyl last night. Got down here that Dance Craze, the Beat, that's all two-tone, that's all two-tone, that's all two-tone. Also my UB40. I'll give you a little look at my UB40, which was my first collection. Who nearly ended up on two-tone. In fact, UB40 used to play a lot with the Beat, and you had Dexy's Midnight Runners as well. They nearly ended up on two-tone. Peaky Blinders, so I've only just seen that. I'm with you. Mark 1X Mexico. Yeah, man. Or a little RS2000, that'd do me. Then again, about a lot of money nowadays. Then again, I'm going to get something nice, do you know what I mean? I don't mind saving, say, £3 grand. Yeah, they were wicked cars, man. I've had two Minis before. Two Mini 850s. One was a 1965 model, and I used to go around Maidstone Bridge. I used to race the cars around there. And this was when XR2s first came out. And I tell you what, from a standing point, I used to thrash the XR2s, but obviously top end, they used to go by me. But yeah. Well, the old Cortinas, man, couple of twin Webers, well away. I've had Cortina as well, Mark 4. But one of the quickest Fords I've had really is my Escort Mark 3 16 gear. That went really quick and was quite low as well. Anyway, talking cars, look. Talking good cars. Tax exempt. Anyway, there's a few UB40 records. That Don't Break My Heart, 12-inch. Red Wine, 12-inch. So Here I Am, 12-inch. Human League album, that. In the Wrong Pile. There's a Yazoo album, that's really good actually. In the Wrong Pile. Labour of Love. UB40 in Dove. 12-inch. Promises and Lies. Watch Dogs, 12-inch. I've Got You, Babe. Got more of them as well. Quite a few UB40 ones. Human League again. UB40 Live. That's a really good album. Recorded live in Ireland. Anyway, let's get out of here. Just going to check that electric. I had something beeping earlier, but I didn't think it was that. Still got about 15 quid on there. I thought, cool, I could use some power. Right. no more rain forecast. Just ridiculous amounts of heat. Where I put my wallet? So I'm going to do Wednesday. If I can't get that amp going, I'm going to buy a new amp. I offered this guy for his Yamaha amp. He wanted 65. Offered him 40. He declined that. I might up it to 50. See what he says. And they're quite good amplifiers. Saying that, no, my luck. I'll get another amp, and that Pioneer one always comes to life at some point. Lighter on these. Saying that, it might be something else though, because I've tried 3 amps and I'm not getting any sound. Is there a lighter in here then, or are they all upstairs? They're all up there. Sun's bright out the front. Is there a lighter in here? There we go. Look. Got to move the Hoover up here as well. I can measure up at the floor. So now I've got all the flooring and everything I need. Yeah, get me new amp, or get an amp sorted, and then I'll be setting up all my stuff out in the street. How about that? I'm turning it up really loud. Is it legal? Yeah. That's what I've done here so far, and giving them a white undercoat. I've got new bits and that as well to go on there. I'm thinking about getting a little engine. You get like 80cc, 102cc engine. What does it do with that? That T, is it here? Possibly. There that is. be in there. So I've got this really nice powdery tea stuff. It's my favourite actually. I think I brought it in. Put it up in. I'm guessing it's in that room. The studio room. I think the paint's drying slowly. Right. Where's my tea then? I'll tell you what we'll also grab. We'll grab this because it's PMR network night tonight. What I will do is take this thing off. In fact, we'll stick all that in there. Let me tease them. Guessing it's next door in the room. It's like I'm having a tea bag. Power bank. Right. No, ain't in that one. It's not going to be up there. Oh. Is it in this bag? No. Is it under there? No. I bet you it's in that other tent then. But to be honest, if I can't find it, I'm just gonna. I think I've got some milk somewhere and I've got some tea bags. Yeah. There's my milk, so I'll take that with me anyway. And some PG tips, I'll grab that. You watch, I'm grabbing all this and I'll find what I'm looking for in a minute. No doubt, coffee, I'll take that in there. What did I say? What we do with this? All you do is put your sugar in. It's really nice. Tell you what we'll do, stash that in there.
Frequency mode. Scanning on.
So got this little one, the Quanchang.
Welcome. Frequency mode.
FM and AM one.
People would be up for that.
I think they're crying out to be saved. They just don't know it yet. Isn't that right, Alec? Alistair?
Oh, sorry, I was just responding to a text from Dad.
Everything all right?
Yeah. After work drink, you know, taking the sunny evenings, unwind a little.
Our theory about smartphones eroding our desire to socialise with those in the vicinity.
I was only answering a text.
Oh, don't mind him, Alistair. He's got a bee in his bonnet about something.
How's this shot?
There's nothing random about it. Look, hand me your phone, Alistair.
Why?
So you're phone free.
What did someone... Pardon. Over the past couple of days, I've been listening to a podcast called The War Game. It's produced by Sky News and Tortoise, and I must admit, it's put the wind up me because it war games a potential Russian attack on this country, and it makes you realise what we would be up against and how depleted our defence forces have come to, and it left me thinking, well, is Russia the main threat to this country at the moment? And that's been put into stark focus today of all days, because of course today is the 20th anniversary of the 7/7 bombings in London. And that event on its own, I think, changed our politics, it changed our security, it certainly changed our intelligence services, because up to that point, I'm not quite sure what people thought was the big...
World, come.
may not have any memory of 7/7. But those of you who are not, you certainly will. You will remember where you were when you heard about it. There may well be people who are survivors of the different attacks in London on that day. I was working as Chief of Staff to David Davis.
I remember when they blew the bus up, killed about 6 people.